Peter, I wanted you to tell the story. 2 stories in particular. One, I'm going to put you on blast.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
I want to tell the story of when Peter and my mom met.
Sure.
Because they started dating when I was just exiting high school. And I was very excited when you met my mother, my stepfather Peter, because my mom was all lonely and I was going to leave the nest. And I was
she
like,
wasn't lonely. I was talking to her.
You were not. And I was in high school.
When you were in high school,
actually the math is close.
It is kind of close.
Yeah, I was a grown ass man.
Peter met her, and I was kind of pumped because I was leaving to college, going 3,000 miles away. And I was like, oh, she won't be alone. But apparently, I didn't know about this. I don't know how you bagged my mom because the first date you took her to Five Guys.
No, that's not true.
I heard this.
No, well, a lot of it is untrue or had been exaggerated.
You took her to Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
No, I didn't. No. So the way it happened was I met Paloma at a bonfire in April of 2013.
Did you find her breathtaking?
At the North Pole.
And I didn't know her. I just sat next to her like this in some chairs at a bonfire.
Did you choose to sit next to her because she's beautiful?
No, it was
it
was the open space. I just grabbed her and said, "Hey,
It had nothing to do with how she.
Can I put my chair here?" And so then we struck up a conversation. We were talking, and
she said, "Why are you dressed like a Santa Claus?"
Yeah, no.
Because he always wears this.
So anyway, she expressed, that she liked this music that I had put on for everyone to listen to, which was Feist. It was indie rock. She's a solo artist. So anyway, I dropped off a CD of that music with the host and said, "Could you please give it to this woman because she really liked it."
This is a future day. You went back.
Yeah, I went back to Dave and Roberta's, and I dropped off the CD. And then a following week, they said, "Oh, why don't you come on by? And Paloma's going to be here." And I said, "Okay." So the first time I met Ludwig, I was going into Dave and Roberta's house. You were leaving,
Same time.
and coming out the garage door, and you were very polite, and you were like,
"No," I went.
And you
said, "You watch out, bitch."
And you said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I said, "Oh, nice to meet you." And it says, "Here, let me." And he held the door open, and that's the first time I met Ludwig.
Okay.
Very polite, very courteous. And so then I went in and I met Paloma, and then I had to talk her into giving me her phone number.
Wow.
How did you do that?
Well, actually, I couldn't. I had an iPhone 4S. Right, and I didn't know, and I was a little bit inebriated, and I couldn't get her type her phone number into my phone because I was so new at
Because
it.
it's a 4S, and yeah, it's
And so she had to take my phone and put her number into it. But she grilled me. She had like the school teacher black rim glasses on, and she was giving me the 3rd degree.
Oh my god!
And like, why should she go out with me? And
But your game shined through.
It
pierced right through it.
Did.
Peter, can I ask? Do you know what Riz is?
Riz. I think I do. It has something to do with charisma, that you have charisma.
Right. But it's specifically intended for the capture, if you will.
The pursuit.
The capture.
The destruction.
And incarceration of a woman.
Of women.
And so would you say you rizzed up Paloma?
Nah.
No?
Well, no. To be clear, it doesn't mean like capturing. It means what you thought.
It's up for interpretation, really.
It means like charisma specifically in the pursuit of dating. You got Riz.
Hot pursuit.
Okay.
Dangerous pursuit.
I guess so.
You got Riz.
So you rizzed her up.
I guess so.
What was the moment in which she realized, like, hey, this guy's pretty cool?
When you asked her to go to Five Guys?
Well, yeah. So, all right. So we go on to part 2 of the story. So I did call her up after she gave me her phone number. I called her up and I said, "Hey, would you like to go out?" And she wasn't too sure about that. So she invited me over to have, I think they were making hamburgers. So she was at her house and there was a whole bunch of people there.
Did she live at Five Guys?
No.
Is your mom work at Five Guys?
It's me and my 4 brothers.
There was no Five Guys. So I was at Ludwig's house, and Paloma was making burgers, and there were a whole bunch of people there, and she wouldn't look. I was sitting across from her table, and she wouldn't look me in the eye.
I told her that. I told her, "Don't look at this man."
So anyway,
don't fall for his Riz.
At the end of the meal, and I was on my way out. I said, "Hey, I'd really like to take you out." And she said, and I said, what would you enjoy? I said, we can do Five Guys, or we can go to, Michael Timothy's. I mean, anywhere
Michael
in
Timothy's,
between.
by the way, like a nice steakhouse. It's like going, what's that place you ate by yourself all alone with nobody around?
Oh, it's like Wood Ranch.
Wood
When he
Ranch.
went alone with nobody to hang out with
Nick likes to go to-
voluntarily.
there's like Michael Timothy's here
It's
called
the
Wood Ranch. He likes
Christmas
to go by
season, guys.
himself.
So
Yeah.
so Five Guys was super casual, but if you like burgers and fries, it was at one end of the spectrum.
Five Guys
and,
burgers and fries.
And Michael Timothy's is at the other end of the spectrum for Nashua. So I said, and anything in between.
If my name was Michael Timothy, I'd be at one end of a spectrum. That's for damn sure.
Is it like Ruth's Chris?
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
But the New Hampshire version.
Right.
So she didn't know about Five Guys. So then later on, I think she said, "Oh, he invited me to like Five Guys or something." Like people said, "A burger joint." She didn't even know it was, and then she went shopping. And
But
it
you
was
did
like,
go there, right? You did go to
No,
Five Guys?
we did not go
Wait,
to
you never
Five.
even went?
We went to MT's. We went to Michael
Wait,
Timothy's.
you actually went to Michael Timothy's?
We did go
The
to
way
Michael
she
Timothy's.
tells the story is so different.
The first date was at Michael. Was at Michael
he kept
Timothy's.
saying to me, we go, there's Five Guys there. We hang out with the guys, and I say, Peter, when do we eat?
No, we went to Michael Timothy's, and then we went to the Peddler's Daughter for some.
What'd you order?
For some drinks. What?
What'd you order?
What?
What was your order at Michael Timothy's?
I don't remember, but I did ask her if she wanted to share a salad, and she was just like, she said one of her girlfriends told her that's a bad sign,
Oh, it's a red flag.
a red flag.
Santa,
yeah.
you dog.
Does it mean that you're soy?
No, I
No,
think
it means that
you're
you
cheap.
don't want them to eat.
Oh.
And I always thought that wanting to share like an appetizer or salad is more like hey let's
share something.
Let's share
It's
something.
intimate. We're eating
Lady
the same
and the Tramp,
food.
except
But I
with
guess
romaine.
women think that it's a red flag that the guy is cheap, and I
Wow.
certainly.
So wait, did you propose to her?
there
No. But
first date?
No, but like you ended up proposing and marrying Paloma.
Yeah, 3 years later.
3 years, so fast, Peter.
Yeah. And
What was the proposal? I don't even know if I know this.
it was in March. We got married in 3 months.
It was fast.
We guys
turned that ship
We
around.
decided we were going to get married, and we had a wedding in 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, you can.
I was
if
like
you go
on
to
a
the Five
state-
Guys in Vegas, you can do the whole thing there.
I was-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
one stop.
Yeah.
It's fucking expensive. You can get a seasoned wedding too with the salt on it.
The peanuts are still on the floor.
See, after Ludwig went off to college that year in 2013, it was just like I had my own house, which was like 15 minutes away, but I was spending many nights over.
Oh, well, I'll pause. Actually, I've never confronted you about this, but they used to be like high schoolers. Because you're laughing.
You dog,
Oh,
Peter.
Peter, you dog. I mean Santa.
So
Santa Peter.
My mom, I
Peter.
caught her kissing Santa Claus.
Right.
And at this point, I'm 17. I'm in high school, and my mom had been single for 7 years.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I don't know why she did this, but in her head, it was very important that she remained single or like kept the house sanctimonious. So she wouldn't bring Peter around, to my knowledge.
She would sneak Peter
She would
in.
sneak Peter in. And it was she doesn't lie a lot. And you can attest to this. She's not a liar. But she would lie because I'd be like, because I would know if Peter's around. Peter could not. I mean, Santa clomping down the chimney.
Yeah.
Every time I'd know because there'd be a bunch of soot everywhere.
Of course, yeah.
And then
All my cookies are half eaten.
And I'd be
Yeah.
like, was Peter here? Was Peter here last night? And she'd be like, no. No.
Wow.
But then it's like, right, 6:15 a.m. to 15 minutes before I'm supposed to wake up. And I hear like, Peter, come on, go. And then Peter's going like, stomping downstairs. You used to sneak around, be real.
I don't know. I don't recall.
You don't recall?
That's
That's a
Loretta.
heap of steaming bullshit,
I was
Peter.
delivering all these gifts.
I don't
It was a
recall.
big day.
I don't recall.
There's
that.
so many houses, so many
houses.
cookies.
Which one was yours?
No, I thought that there was a rule that I couldn't sleep over while you were there. That's what I was told.
Were you fucking the vibes up?
I was a kid. I'm not fucking the vibe.
Oh, you were absolutely
You were
fucking
I wasn't
stomping on the
blocking
vibes.
If you were
anything.
dressed like you are now, you were fucking the vibes up. You probably were.
I'm not dressed weird. I look good for
Bro,
my
I
age.
don't know
You
what
put
to
like
tell
an
you.
inverted filter on Shaggy.
You complimented my outfit earlier.
I like the pearls.
You look like a never saw
I do like
created
the
Do you know what he said
character.
after? He said I wouldn't make fun of you for that.
I do right. He's right. I did say that.
Peter, you know
I
I look
don't
good?
trust you today.
What?
You're
It's
on my
crazy.
shit
We'll talk
list.
about
Do I
that
look
later.
good?
I think so, except the pearls.
Right. That was the part. That's like most of the outfit.